Man, oh man, oh man. It's one more day, people, till Tennessee and Kentucky face off in Lexington, man. 7 p.m. kick. I hate Kentucky. Like I've said it all week. I can't stand Kentucky. It's almost
Facts.
on the same level as Florida and Alabama for me, just because they really think they can beat us every time we play them. And we just have to take the kitty cat back to the groomer and let them know you still got to get cleaned up, big dog. So, um, excited, man. It's gonna be a good show. Got the boy Turn with the man. So it's gonna be fire. We got keys to victory today, man. We got score predictions and we got offensive playmakers and defensive playmakers of the game on this one more day episode, man. Let's get locked in together. You already know what it is. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. This is the one more day Kentucky week.
From 40. On the way, a knuckleball. He got it!
What's good, everybody, man? Welcome to Straight Up Tennessee today on this Friday morning, wherever you're listening from. Hopefully, you're listening on YouTube. If not, shout out to you, Apple and Spotify. We're glad that you're rocking with us over there. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit that bell notification right now if you're watching on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the channel, man. 99 cents, bro. Like, you want to hop in and talk Tennessee sports, Tennessee athletics all year long? You pay 99 cents a month and you get in this Discord channel with a bunch of crazy fools who are talking about conspiracy theories and stuff right now in the Discord over Tennessee football and all of this Shane Beamer and Jim Harbaugh, Michigan stuff. Y'all want to talk about that stuff? Get in the Discord, man. Hit us up. Maybe we'll just do a quick push. Next 5 people that shoot us a DM on Instagram at Straight Up Tennessee, we'll throw you in the Discord channel. Hit us up. It's going crazy over there. We have a great time. And then Apple and Spotify, thank y'all, man. Rate us 5 stars. Let the people know why. They need to be listening to Straight Up Tennessee, man. Turn, what's up, Brody? It's good to see you, my dog.
Hey, we here, bro. We are here. We are back. We back, bro.
Bro,
Feels
I have
good
a
to
lot
be
of
on.
questions. Yeah. It feels good to have you on here, my brother. We had the boy Lance Asher on the show Wednesday. Always a good time chopping it up with you, Lance. I love you, bro. You my guy. And had a great conversation, man. Just it makes me I'm always confident heading into Kentucky week.
Yeah.
But the uncertainty of how Lance felt about just everything. He said the only certainty we have is Ray Davis, and then we're playing against one of the best defensive lines in the country. And so it's just very hard to feel really, really good about Kentucky's chances. And so, you know, Turn, I'm interested to get your thoughts early, man, on this one more day. Like, how you feeling? How you feel about this game? Like when you look at it, obviously Tennessee's better in every statistic. Tennessee's better talent. Tennessee has better guys. Tennessee has better coaches, but Tennessee has struggled on the road. So you take all of that into consideration. But how you feeling on a Friday?
I feel good. I feel confident, man. I mean, I maybe I'm wrong for thinking this, but like I have no. It's not a good. We're not a good matchup for Kentucky, like at all. Nowhere for them. Like they like to run the football. We got one of the best defenses or best defensive front in the country. So I mean, I don't know, man. I'm always. It's so weird you saying that. It's like I'm always confident Kentucky week. I don't care how good they are, man. It's like I think back to Heupel's first year. Kentucky was our big ranked win that year. Like you know what I mean? It's a lot like I mean, you said this. You say this all the time. It's a lot like the Florida and Tennessee rivalry.
Yeah. Florida just feels like no matter how bad they are, they're going to beat Tennessee. And I can honestly say I think we feel the same about Kentucky. I think that year we beat Kentucky, bro, they were like, I could be wrong here, but weren't they like 11?
Yeah, they were high up there.
Like they were high up there, bro. Like they had only lost like 1 or 2 games, maybe.
What year was that?
That was 21.
21?
Yep. Yep. Um, for everybody that hasn't heard, yesterday, we got some terrible news for the Tennessee back end defensive back senior Kamal Hadden will miss the rest of the year with that shoulder. Man, he actually mentioned yesterday by Instagram post that he is having season-ending shoulder surgery. And man, what a year he was having. Number 1 PFF grade as far as corners in the SEC. I mean, gosh, dude, he 3 interceptions, 1 a pick 6. He was really playing his best football as a Vol, and you really hate to see a guy who was playing so well. Now we've got to adjust again, and now you got to think that corner number 1 is Gabe Judy Lally, and then corner number 2. I mean, it's time for Danico Slaughter to kind of snap and clear and get back to who he was. I mean, don't you think this game last year is the game that he kind of settled in and like, I'm a corner, you know?
Yeah, like last year was his coming out party, I think. I told you that on the phone earlier today.
I just hope
he had that big hit last year.
Yeah.
Kinda set the tone.
He's kind of disappeared, and you got to think too with the loss of Kamal Hadden, guys like Brandon Turnage, I mean, goodness, Christian Harrison potentially, there's guys back there that I feel like have the opportunity.
You got Ricky Gibson too.
Do you see Ricky Moore? Do you see Warren Burrell slide out there to corner some? He's been playing the star a lot recently, so I just don't know. I mean, I hate that Kamal Hadden is gone because of the level, man. He was playing at such a high level. He was doing everything right, and it's like as soon as the fans started cheering for him, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
It's terrible, man. And so
I'm sitting here looking at this game from 2020. We won 45-22 or 45-42, sorry.
21.
21. Yeah, that's what I meant. 2021. Yeah, we won 45-42.
Yeah.
They were 18th.
Yeah.
They were 18th. Bro, I'm looking Hendon Hooker went 15 for 20 for 316 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Hey, 75 of them he did nothing.
Bayless
Javonte Payton went crazy on that screen pass first play.
Bro, but I'm sitting here looking, bro, and I think that's the game. Like, looking back, we found out how to win, bro. Will Levis threw the ball 49 times that game.
And Kentucky had their offensive coordinator who is back this year in Liam Cohen.
You remember Rodriguez?
Yeah, Chris Rodriguez. Yeah.
He had 109. They had a receiver, Robinson. He had 13 catches, 166 yards. Bro, Kentucky.
Tavion Robinson?
No, Wandale.
I remember Wandale. Now he plays for the Giants.
Yes. Bro, they had 612 yards of offense. Kentucky did.
We weren't very good then, though. And we still won.
We had they had 225 rushing yards. But we averaged more yards per play.
Yeah, it was big, dude. It was big play after big play. I can remember the Velus Jones seam route when JJ Weaver or whoever was trying to guard him. Hendon just drops it right over him, and Velus just strolls right in. And what sealed that game was Alontae Taylor, that pick 6. Late.
Dude. Man.
Yeah.
Velus had 5 catches, 100 yards. Tillman had 6 catches, 79 yards. Javonte Payton had 2 catches for 78. And then Jay Hyatt had 1 catch for 41 yards. Big plays, bro.
We need big plays on Saturday. You know, Turn, I talked about this a lot this week, and I want to get your thoughts on this. You know, Joe Milton in my opinion, some people have disagreed with me, and that's okay. By saying, Joe Milton's best game, everybody still thinks, well, not everyone, some people still believe it's the Orange Bowl last December, but I felt like his best game in Orange was Saturday. I know we didn't win the game, and I know the second half wasn't the way that us as fans and them as a team felt like it should have went. But when you look at the efficiency, when you look at the awareness, when you look at the situational offense that he was put into different situations throughout that entire game, and I liked the decision making. Was there a lot of plays he left on the field? Absolutely. The Dylan Sampson out route in the red zone, McAllen Castles is standing in the middle of the end zone wide open. I don't know if
Mhm.
you've seen that.
Mhm.
I'm just like, you knew where you were going before the play started, kind of, and Samp was there, but
Mhm.
you just led him a little farther. But I think that was Joe's best game in Orange. I just felt like the rushing attack that he brought to the field, I think it made Alabama kind of respect us a little bit. I, what do you think Joe Milton needs to do to continue that? Like, you're heading into a stretch where some would say that the only game Tennessee needs to worry about is Georgia, but as you and I have talked this week, we're really not feeling great about that Missouri game.
No.
And what must Joe Milton do starting Saturday? And then obviously you get UConn, then you go to Como, and then you get Georgia at home. What is it that you're looking for from Joe Milton in these next 3 games before Georgia to kind of feel really good about that Georgia game on November 18th?
Man, I think it's one of those things where I'm not saying Joe can't do it, but this late in the season, 8 games into the season, it's almost to the point to where, in my opinion, and like going on what you said, I think that is the best game Joe played was against Alabama. Now, first half for sure, and second half was just tough, man. We never could get anything going, um, and he really didn't get a chance, honestly, much during that second half, just because of field position, and we didn't. I mean, inside the 5, you got to run the football. I mean, that's just plain and simple. But I almost what I'm looking from Joe, I think it's almost a year one Hendon Hooker type deal. You know what I mean? And we kind of talked about this on the phone. I'm not saying Joe can't read the field. I'm not saying that, but you just said it. Joe likes to pick out who he's going to throw it to before he before the play is started. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's one of those where he's going to have to be like a Hendon. I'm not comparing him to Hendon Hooker. Him and Hendon Hooker are like two separate. You can't compare them at all. But I'm saying like the mindset. Like, okay, I've got Score running a quick post, and I've got Jazz Nimrod or Ramel running a fly. I'm looking at Squirrel first, and then I'm looking at Ramel running a fly. Neither one of them are open. I'm tucking the ball, finding a hole, and getting 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those to where I'm not saying Joe can't read a field, like I said, but I think for us to win football games, it's gonna have to be the mentality of, okay, my option one's not open. Okay, option two's not open. I got to get something. And then maybe I think of Joe and like the play he made with Jacob Warren against Alabama, where he's rolling out of the pocket and he's telling Jacob Warren, "Hey, go this way," and you make a play outside of the pocket. I'm not saying he has to run. I'm just saying like he's got to get out of the pocket and like force people to start breaking off their routes and just like sitting in the zone somewhere or like getting open.
I think, what happens in the Alabama game on that drive. It was like 2nd and 6 in the second half, and Ramel Keaton's wide open past the sticks for a first down, and he drops it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was our last chance, and that was in the third quarter. But I'm just going back, and when I watched the flow of the game, that was like the damper, because at that time it was 20-17, and you had a drive killer, like a drop right there on 2nd and medium, knowing that on 3rd down, Alabama's going to play coverage and we're going to play numbers and we're going to run the ball on 3rd down. And we did. And, it's just like, can we get a full, complete game? Because then Ramel Keaton makes one of the best catches of the year for Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the inconsistencies everywhere on the football field don't help out your quarterback, who may or may not see the field as well as we think he should. I don't know, but I
Yeah,
agree with you.
and let me clarify there. I'm not necessarily saying I see where that came off. I'm not saying that Joe can't read a field. I'm just saying you kind of said it. Our receivers just might not be open. They're not getting open like they have in the past year or two.
Yep.
We don't have guys getting wide open, and that's what I don't mean like Joe can't read a field. I'm saying like Joe's got one option. If he's not open, he's got the other one. If he's not open, okay, I'm gonna get out of the pocket and make something happen. Not saying that he can't read a field, but I just don't think our this year, nothing against our receivers, except for Squirrel. Don't get me wrong. I think Squirrel's the best receiver we got. But
We
I
got
don't
him
think
one more year and it's over.
and then Brew. I mean, Brew is great, but like what we have, our starting three right now, I just don't think they're helping Joe out very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Squirrel, yeah, of course. I mean, you've seen that in the first quarter. He has 100 yards in the first quarter. But I
And then we
mean,
stopped going to him. It's just that's the stuff like
I
Heupel just
don't.
doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you start to
Yeah.
see him get a little out of characteristic. And he said it. He said it. He's like, I'm gonna call a better game. Like, and that's what makes it exciting. You got Liam Cohen and Josh Heupel, two great offensive minds. I think this first half Saturday could be very, very interesting and fun to watch. Like, I know it's not fun to watch the other team score, but I think Kentucky's going to throw everything they can at us to keep us guessing.
Oh, 100%. 1,000%. I think they're going to throw the bag at us, in my opinion.
Y'all, you already know it's the One More Day episode. Y'all know how we start this one and kind of get this thing rolling on the back end of the show. Keys to victory, man. This is the place where we share a couple of things that we think Tennessee must do to win this football game. Looking at this game turn, one thing that we definitely agree on, a key to victory for Tennessee is the red zone deficiencies have to stop. Like,
Yes, golly.
we have when we're inside the 20, threes, we saw what threes do against good teams. Now, Kentucky and Alabama are completely different from each other.
100%.
But can threes beat Kentucky? Absolutely. Because I think your defense is just that much better than their offense. But when you get in the red zone, you got to put the ball in the end zone, bruh. Like, we have to put the ball in the end zone because we saw what that can do to momentum. We saw what that can do to a game. I mean, man, you score those 2 touchdowns, you're up 28-7 at halftime. Well, if we're down there, we got to score, man. Like, we have to, and it can't be 3.
Yeah, I mean, what are we number one in the nation?
At
Red zone
one point
percent?
last year. Yes, last year we were.
And I don't know, man. That's something we kind of talked about on the phone earlier. Like that's when I expect like Josh Heupel to throw the bag out there. Like,
Yeah.
get creative. Like run that speed option, like we were talking about. Like have Squirrel coming on a just drag across the field. Like utilize your tight ends a lot more.
Yeah. We we all have been saying, man, we're spoiled. We were spoiled with Hendon Hooker. We were spoiled with Cedric Tillman and Jalen Hyatt. Y'all, we were spoiled with Princeton Fant. We talked
God.
about this, man. Princeton Fant was a red zone nightmare. Like, he could line up at running back, fullback. He could line up at H-back and come out of the backfield, catch the football. I mean, there wasn't anything Princeton Fant. He was just such a utility guy. And we don't have that guy right now. And so you're seeing those red zone woes because of it,
Yeah, man. And I don't know, man. You gotta find a way to get the ball in the red zone. I mean, I don't. I mean, I think it'd be a great idea. I mean, I know it's kind of a dumb play call, I guess, on third down. But like, if it's like a 3rd and 2, man, if we wanna do what we always do and bring everybody in and shrink the field, everybody. I mean, even me, it's like, oh frick, we're just running a daggum freaking dive up the middle, hoping we can get 2 yards. I mean, you seen it with Ramel running wide, butt naked open.
Yep.
Just a play action, and I mean they're coming. Their first step is forward, and you got
100%.
somebody like Ramel or Squirrel or even Chaz Nimrod on the outside who can just get off the ball fast. Guy's gonna be wide open.
We got to score in the red zone, bro. Like if we don't, it could be a long night for us again tomorrow, and I don't want that. I don't want that. Tennessee can run away with this one. Turn, what's another key from you? What you thinking as far as what must Tennessee do tomorrow to catch a W?
Red zone for sure. We talked about that one. And keys to victory, man. I think it's our front seven. Personally, I mean, we could shut. It's a lot like it's. I'm sure it was a lot like Alabama's mindset against us. Like, I want to make Devin Leary beat us. Like, you take Ray Davis out of the game, and I mean, I heard you talking about heard you saying Lance was saying this on the show. Like, you take Ray Davis out of the equation, because Devin Leary ain't proved to me anything this year.
No. And we cannot allow him to have his coming out party against us. So let's ruin his night by getting back there and absolutely obliterating him.
We can't let him have Spencer Rattler last year.
Or Anthony Richardson last year.
Or Frick. I mean, who knows? Spencer Rattler, they probably cheating.
At this point, Shane Beamer might not have a job Monday. Who knows? Crazy. Key to victory for me, just kind of wrapping that up. I think for me, it's go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just reading this right here, and he had Princeton Fant, 52 passes for 579, 5 touchdowns, but 2 of those coming on his senior day against Missouri. He also had 5 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown.
I remember the passing touchdown. We ain't seen none of that.
No, we ain't seen none of that, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, get creative. Like, we ain't seen that. You remember the Hendon little dump we used to do all the time in the red zone last year? He'd act like he's gonna run and then just dump it off to the tight end. Man, you seen that at all this year? Not once.
Nope. We haven't been a threat at the quarterback position to run the football, though.
No,
not at a high. We saw it last week. So can you stack games, Joe Milton? That last key to victory for me, man, I think it's the running back room. You're coming off a game where you ran the ball for 133 yards, not bad at all, but your average is 217. There's got to be, and I guess it's coinciding with the front line, with the offensive line. We've got to get a push, and we've got to be more dominant because we got to get back to that 175, 200 yard mark tomorrow. I don't think that we have to win the game, because I really do think there's going to be opportunities for Joe Milton and this receiving core to really make some plays out on the outsides, in the seams. I just think we're that much better. Now, Maxwell Harrison, corner for Kentucky, he's leading the team in tackles. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
When a corner's leading your team in tackles, it's telling you something that you just don't like. And so if you're Tennessee, you like it, because that means that they're giving up plays. So can we execute that? But I think the running backs, man, they got to be aggressive. They got to run hard, and they're going to. And I'm excited to see kind of what Josh Heupel schemes up heading into this game tomorrow. Bro, let's start on the defensive side real quick. Defensive playmaker of the game. Kamal Haddon's gone. I don't know if you're going to pick a corner, but
it's a no-brainer for me. But go ahead.
Who's that?
Danico Slaughter.
Man.
Because he's going to start. He's going to get the start. There's no 100%. Doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. He's going to get the start.
What a great play made, right? Jermaine Burton, who's Alabama's best receiver, he's literally playing him to the boundary, pushes him as hard as he can without PI, and forces a turnover. You need him to play like that every rep. He can't take reps off. And over the last few weeks, with him trying to get back from this injury, you can tell that there are some reps you're like, what is Slaughter doing, and where is Slaughter?
Yep.
I think for me on the defensive side of the ball, bro, he been kind of quiet the last few games. It's Wesley Walker, man. I feel like
he has been quiet. I agree with that.
you know, I don't feel like he's been obviously when you're not hearing his name, that's good. You know, you're not hearing, well, he got on the coverage was Wesley Walker, you know, but I'm used to Wes being that impact guy, like a big sack or a big tackle for loss or a big PBU on a third down. And we just haven't heard his name in the last couple of weeks, really since A&M.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking for Wesley Walker to make some plays against Kentucky because I just think this is a game for him because I do think they're going to try their hardest to run Ray Davis. Ray Davis is also a great pass catcher out of the backfield. They put him on actual routes, bro. Like he ain't doing just a swing route. Like this man out here running ends and flies and wheels. So we've got to be ready, and it's going to be a game. Like when he comes out of the backfield, who's coming down to check him? It's going to be Wesley Walker. And so, can he execute at a high level, and can we start to hear his name again? Not in a negative light because it hasn't been in a negative light, but can we hear those positive plays followed up with Wesley Walker's name? Offensive side of the ball, Brody. Where are you going with this one?
Squirrel White.
Squirrel's a dude, bro. He is a dude, man.
And I think one of the biggest things that we're struggling with this year at the receiving core, if you go back and watch a little bit of film, or like go back and watch the games a little bit and like see the full picture of the play, and you're not focused on like watching the quarterback and stuff. I'm not saying all of our receivers do this, but Chaz Nimrod and surprisingly Ramel and Squirrel a little bit, just because he's so small, but not as much. They have a hard time getting off the ball. Like they're pressing us hard, and they're having a hard time getting off that press. And it's taken long. I think that's why we're not getting open, because they can't get off that press or they can't make a move like Jalen Hyatt, like he's quick. They can't be quick, or like a Brew McCoy just straight up just run right through it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Squirrel's the guy. I think Squirrel's got to be the guy from here on out on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm not taking away from running backs. I think we all know, like, without stating, there's two obvious things that we know about this Tennessee football team when it comes to offensive playmakers of the game. Number one, Joe Milton needs to be the play of the game every game.
Every game.
We know that's a given. And our running backs, we know those are the two that have to be doing well for us to win games. So I'm gonna say Squirrel.
And that's the lane that I'm going with. I'm going with Jalen Wright. I just felt like he feels a little disappointed after last week. And I think Jay Wright has to get going early. And I'm talking, when I say get going early, I'm talking like maybe his first run is 15. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, because if you think about it, all his games where he's had over 100 yards, well, which is most games, he gets started early.
Yeah, you get him going early. What kind of scheme and what kind of zone splits, what kind of off tackle, what kind of pin and pull what do we have in the bag to get these running backs in space a little bit? I think Jalen Wright is poised for a big game, and I think if I had kind of like a sub playmaker of the game, like Jalen Wright is my guy. But I think this is a really good opportunity, man, for guys like Caleb Webb, guys like Chaz Nimrod. I think those two specifically, and you can throw Dante Thornton in there if you want. This is a game for somebody to help Squirrel White out, bro. Somebody.
Yeah, 100%.
That's kind of where my head is on the offensive side, bro. So, final score predictions, Brody, as we wrap up the one more day. I'm going to tell you mine. Mine hasn't changed since Monday. I think I'm riding with it. I just think Tennessee has better athletes. I think Tennessee has better scheme. I think Tennessee has better coaches. I think Tennessee has better defense. I think Tennessee has better offense. I think that Tennessee is simply the better team. The thing that Kentucky has that we don't tomorrow is home field advantage. And Tennessee has struggled on the road. Granted, they have struggled, but you just don't lose to Kentucky. And I think Kentucky they've been getting beat down. 51-13 by Georgia, 38-21 Missouri at Kentucky. I got the Vols 42-21.
We're close. We're close.
And it ain't changing. 42-21 Vols.
I got a daggum coming out party for us. I got 45-17.
Wow.
I think it's a statement game. I think this is the game where it's like, we're going to put it together.
45-17.
Yeah, because the reason I say 45-17 is I think we're going to get up early, and I think we're going to get up quick, and we're going to force, you get up 2-3 possessions, you can't run the football every time.
Yeah.
Right. And I think we're going to get up. I think we're going to get up quick, and we're going to get up so much that Devin Leary's just going to have to. Devin Leary's going to throw the ball 35 times, and it's not. I mean, he hadn't shown anything to me. So
yeah,
you take Ray Davis out of the equation. I mean, 45-17. It's a beatdown.
I like what I'm hearing. It's time. Tomorrow, under the lights, man, in Lexington, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Kentucky, 7 p.m. kick, ESPN. I don't know how Kentucky got another night game. Whatever, though. It's go time, man. I'm excited for this one. I got all day. So I'm going to just sit back and watch Georgia beat Florida. I'm going to sit back and relax, chill out, and I'm excited. So we'll be back on Sunday for the next day, hopefully talking about a Tennessee victory, because we all feel really, really confident about this one. If we lose this one, there's going to be some uproar. There's going to be some uproar. So, y'all tap in with us over the weekend. Have a great Saturday, man. Have a great Friday today. We'll see y'all back on Sunday for the next day of Kentucky week, hopefully celebrating a Tennessee victory, man. For my guy Turn, it's your boy Ruck in the building, and you already know what it is. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. We'll see you on the next day. We'll see you Sunday.